I'm Abby with Holiday Extra Travel Guides, and this time we're in Rome. We'll be giving you all the essential information that you need to travel better, covering money, language, transport, and even tips on what to do when you're here. But first, here's a bit about the Eternal City. Modern Rome is a mesmerising mix of contemporary Italy and ancient history. Millions of tourists visit every year, but make no mistake, Rome is not a city overrun by tourism. Step away from the sightseeing bus routes and discover a modern capital with some of the best food, shopping and nightlife we've found yet. Rome is served by 2 international airports, and of course, this is where our guide starts. Fiumicino Airport sits to the west of the city, and Ciampino Airport is to the southeast. Transfers from each are relatively easy. First up, Fiumicino. From Fiumicino, you have the Leonardo Express train to Rome Termini and the regional FL1 train to other stations across Rome. We don't recommend the bus as it's much slower than the train and can be severely delayed in Rome's notoriously bad traffic. Our tip here is to make sure that you get your ticket validated before you get on the train. Otherwise, you could find yourself facing a hefty fine. When catching a taxi, look out for those registered in the airport region, as they will take you anywhere within the city walls for a fixed fee. You can spot them by the crest on the doors. If you're flying into Ciampino Airport, we recommend using the bus service to get into Rome. There is a train station nearby, but it's a bit of a pain and requires lots of different connections. Taxis should offer a flat fare of €30 to get anywhere inside the city walls, but do be careful, we have heard of tourists being ripped off. Public transport in Rome isn't as prevalent as in other major European capitals. The tram doesn't run through the major tourist areas, and the metro doesn't cover nearly as much of the city as its London and Paris counterparts. That said, the metro can get you into town quickly from the outskirts, so it's worth understanding. The metro has just 3 lines. A and B intersect at Rome Termini station, and C is the newest line that runs from the centre to the east of the city. The metro isn't the cleanest in the world, but it does the job just fine in our experience. Of course, good old Google Maps and City Mapper were all we needed for navigation, with both apps finding the quickest and most efficient routes with ease. As for tickets, there are 2 main types to use on the public transport in Rome. There's the Metrobus ticket or the Roma Pass. Metrobus tickets can be used on all public trains, buses and trams, and can be purchased at bars, tobacconists, train stations, some bus stops and even hotels. Tickets aren't validated until you travel, so you can easily stock up on all the tickets you'll need for your time in Rome in one go. Metrobus tickets come in several different variations, and here's the lowdown. The BIT is a single ticket for 1 complete metro journey, 1 commuter train ride, or 100 minutes on the bus. Roma 24-hour is valid for 24 hours after the first use, and costs €7 for unlimited travel. The 48-hour is €12.50. The 72-hour is €18. And the CIS is a 7-day ticket that will set you back €24. Coming in 48-hour and 72-hour variations, the Roma Pass gives you unlimited travel on public transport and discounts to some tourist attractions. We'll put links in the description below. To buy a Roma Pass, you can purchase online or look out for one of the kiosks in the city centre. Roma Passes are valid for 8 months after purchase and will activate on your first use, giving you 48 or 72 hours of unlimited travel thereafter. And one last thing on transport, remember that the Roma Pass and the Metrobus ticket don't work on Rome's sightseeing buses, so remember to purchase those tickets separately. To get a genuine taste for Roman food, we've come here to Testaccio in the south. It's a bit off the beaten tourist trap, but it's well worth it when you're here. I've come to meet restaurant owner Flavio, and he's going to teach me all about Roman delicacies. Flavio runs traditional Roman restaurant Flavio al Vella Vevo Detto, and before he showed us some food, he explained the history of the area and the restaurant. Testaccio is the original trade and slaughterhouse area, and the place where the city's most traditional foods and markets can still be found. It's still mostly locals here, although the area itself is slowly gentrifying and becoming discovered by tourists, so my advice is to get here ASAP before it changes forever. The restaurant itself is set into a mound that's been built over a huge deposit of ancient vases and crockery. But yeah, it's insane. You can literally feel all of the air coming through all these holes. After exploring the restaurant's history, we went outside to try some of Flavio's favourite dishes. First up was zucchini flowers.
The flowers, open and put your nose inside. And then you can eat. Yeah. Okay? Okay?
That smells really nice.
Yeah. And now you can eat.
Flavio is also known in Rome as the king of carbonara, and his pasta dishes have won several awards, so of course I couldn't leave without trying some. You can really taste the cheese. And definitely like it's not overly soft, but that's a really nice thing. So massive thanks to Flavio for letting us try some of his amazing food and for teaching us all about Testaccio. If you're in Rome, then we definitely recommend paying him a visit. At Holiday Extras, we're firm believers in learning a bit of the local language when we travel. To learn some Italian, we met up with local tour guide Alessandro of Veni Vidi Visit, a service offering free guides to some of Rome's lesser-known sites. How do you say hello?
Ciao.
Ciao.
That's the easiest.
Ciao.
Perfect.
Yes?
Sì.
Please?
Per piacere.
Per piacere. My name is?
Mi chiamo.
Mi chiamo.
That's the easiest. Sì.
Do you speak English?
Parli inglese?
Parli inglese.
I should find versions without R's. Oh, scusa. Inglese?
Inglese. And how do you say, where is the nearest metro station?
Oh, dov'è la stazione di metropolitana più vicina? But this is a complex sentence. You can just scusi, la metropolitana? And if you're in Rome, the answer most part of the time would be not around here. Because unfortunately there are just a couple of stops in the center. So.
Right, okay. Thank you.
Grazie.
Grazie. Goodbye?
I mean, you have many ways, but the easiest would be to repeat ciao again.
Ciao.
As you say arrivederci, but ciao and ciao, so you learn one word and it's good for
both.
occasion.
There has been a few times we've been walking in. So big thank you to Alessandro for spending the morning with us. His tour is really interesting and takes you to so many awesome places. To book a tour, head to his website at venividivisit.org and please don't forget to tip generously, it's well worth it. Most places in Rome will accept card payments, and ATMs are frequent enough that you won't have any trouble withdrawing cash when you need it. Just remember to check with your provider about travelling abroad, as some will lock your card if you don't warn them that you're going to Italy. We found Rome to be slightly cheaper than London, but costs were in line with many other European capitals. The currency is the euro, and here's a look back at our spending. Return flights will cost from £70 to around £180, depending on when you book. Our 3-bedroom apartment was £102 per night. A ticket to the Colosseum, Roman Forum and Palatine is €12 and free for under 18s. Entry to the Vatican Museum and Sistine Chapel is €16 and for those aged between 6 and 18 it's €8. The Pantheon is free to enter. And if you want to save money on food, then don't eat at restaurants near tourist attractions. The prices are higher and the quality is lower at these places. As for tipping, 2/3 of Italians don't tip when they dine out, so don't feel pressured to. If you want to, just round the bill up by a few extra euros. So our time in Rome is nearly over, but before we go, we've got loads of extra tips to help you travel better. When to go? April, May and late September through October. You avoid the unbearable crowds of summer and attractions will still be open. Avoid August if you can. Queues for the big sites can get crazy. If you go after 9:30 AM, at peak holiday season, you can expect at least a 60-minute wait. This can even get up to a few hours for St. Peter's Basilica and the Sistine Chapel. It's about 4 o'clock and it's absolutely boiling hot, and the queue to get to the Basilica is absolutely insane. So if you can see behind me, it starts like all the way down here and goes all the way around. And it's not like it's cool either. It's literally about 30 degrees and we're completely boiling. So I don't know how they're doing it. I really, really don't. Try to arrive 30 minutes before opening to be near the front of the queue. When visiting a church, make sure to cover your shoulders, cover your knees and wear shoes. If you don't stick to the dress code, they won't let you in, even if you've queued for hours. The Vatican Museum and Sistine Chapel require the same modest clothing. And as you're effectively stepping into another country, they have additional airline-style security checks. Interesting fact, most of the tourist sites are really busy on Mondays. Most things are shut on Sundays, so most tourists come on the Monday. So to keep in mind. And one last thing. Anyone 25 or younger qualifies for a reduced rate at most Rome attractions, so get it while you can. So that's the end of our time here in this beautiful city. For more on Italy, check out our guides on Florence, Pisa and Venice, and don't forget to subscribe for loads more travel content.